Right now, one of the most powerful storms on the entire planet is churning out in the Western Pacific. And folks, this is a threat unlike almost anything we've seen before. So let's break down exactly what's going on.
So, to put this into perspective for you, in the last 70 years, only one other typhoon this early in the year has ever been stronger. And you have to go all the way back to Super Typhoon Hester on January 1st, 1953 to find it. I mean, we are talking about a truly historic weather event here.
Okay, so what are we dealing with? This is Super Typhoon Sinlaku. It's a Category 5. That is the highest possible rating, the absolute top of the scale. At its peak, it was packing sustained winds of 185 miles per hour. That is a level of destructive power that can, and I mean literally, flatten entire communities. But here's the thing. This isn't just some storm spinning harmlessly out in the middle of the ocean. No, this monster is heading for American soil. It is bearing down on thousands of American citizens as we speak. The immediate target is U.S. territory. We're talking about the U.S. Northern Mariana Islands, which are right in the direct path of this unbelievably violent typhoon. They are in the crosshairs. So, who are the Americans in the path? Well, we're talking about 43,000 residents on Saipan, another 2,000 on Tinian. And then there's Guam, which is facing the potential for a rare direct impact from a storm this strong. Make no mistake, these are American communities, and right now, they are bracing for the absolute worst. And look, this isn't just us speculating. This is coming directly from Guam's own Homeland Security Office. They put out this warning. There remains a significant threat of a powerful typhoon passing very close to Guam. So the threat is official, and the danger is very, very real. Okay, but here's where the story takes a really strange turn. This is an unseasonal anomaly. I mean, what makes this storm so unusual is the timing. A storm this powerful is rare enough on its own, right? But to see one in April, that's almost unheard of. It just completely shatters what we think of as the normal typhoon season.
You need to let this sink in. No tropical cyclone in all of recorded history has ever made landfall on Guam during the month of April. Never. So, Sinlaku isn't just a storm. It's literally a history-making anomaly. So, check this out. This chart shows just how rare this is. What you're looking at is a list of every Category 5 typhoon ever recorded between January and April. As you can see, it is an incredibly short list, and there's Sinlaku with its 185-mile-per-hour winds tied for the second strongest ever recorded for this time of year. Just incredible.
All right, so this is where we have to zoom out and ask the big question. Why is this happening? Because Sinlaku, as shocking as it is, isn't just some freak event. It's part of a much larger and, frankly, disturbing global pattern. This is the alarming global trend. Take a look at this bar chart. This is based on data from Yale Climate Connections, and what it shows is an undeniable trend. Since we've had good satellite data, the number of global Category 5 storms, the most powerful storms on Earth, they're increasing. You can see it right there. The modern era has a much higher average than the early satellite era. And for anyone out there thinking, well, maybe this is just a coincidence, a random blip, the science says absolutely not. That increase you just saw is statistically significant at the 99.5% level. What that means in plain English is that this is a verifiable fact. It's not a fluke. So what's the baseline? Well, since 1990, the average number of these monster storms per year has been about 5.3. And considering Sinlaku is already the second Category 5 of this year, well, it really drives home how this trend is playing out in real time. So this brings us to the big takeaway. This is the so what part of the story. The data, the science, and the actual storm threatening Americans right now, it all points to one thing. We are preparing for a new normal. The scientific consensus on this is really clear. Climate change is expected to increase the proportion of tropical cyclones that reach that Category 4 and 5 strength. Now listen to that carefully. It's not necessarily more storms overall, but a higher percentage of the storms that do form becoming these catastrophic monsters. And that leaves us with one final crucial question. Because this isn't just about a storm in the Pacific. This is about our coastal communities everywhere, from the Pacific to the Atlantic. It's about Florida, it's about Texas, it's about the Carolinas. As these monster storms become more frequent, how must we adapt? How do our communities prepare to survive in this new reality?